Alright, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I already have an eyebrow tutorial posted on YouTube, but not much has changed, but I just didn't like the quality of that video, so I'm just re-uploading it. So yeah, excuse the bonnet. It's the first thing in the morning. I usually always have on my bonnet, but let's get started. So I'm gonna start off with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso, and the reason I like this is because it comes with a spoolie on the end and it's really fine. And then here is the pencil portion. The reason I like this is because it literally is just like an outline of how you want your brows. That way you don't just go in with your pomade or your gel product and create like this very harsh line, or if you mess up, you know, you have a lot to get rid of. Kind of like drawing, you know, sometimes before you go in with like a marker or a pen or whatever, you may trace with like a pencil first. That's essentially what this is. And you don't really have to worry that much about filling in the brow, because that's what the pomade or whatever you're going to use over this, that's usually what that's for. And that way also, by outlining it, you can go in with less product and your brows don't look that dark or whatever, because you're going with less product because you went in with the pencil. I'm using the Mikasa Beauty Brush in E400, and it comes with a spoolie at the end as well as the brush on the other end. I really like this brush. I don't know what it is about this brush, but I really love it. And also, if you're interested in purchasing, you can use my code, which is down in the description box, for 25% off of your purchase. So yeah, so I use that, and then I also use Maybelline Eye Studio in brown. And this is a gel eyeliner, but I love using it. I've used this for like the longest time. I don't know, it's something about Anastasia pomade, and it could have been the one that I purchased, but it just felt really ashy and I didn't like the way that it applied. But this Maybelline gel eyeliner, I've literally been using it for years and I have no complaints. So I'm gonna start filling in my brows, and I'm kind of going over the places I outlined just so that it doesn't look too different. Like, you know, you don't want part of your brow to look like pencil and the other part to just look like this pomade-ish texture. Like, this is literally it. I mean, obviously if you want to go all out and you want to make your brows more fierce, do that, but this is really just like a general, you know, like everyday brow or something like that. And like a lot of people, when it comes to the front of my brows, I don't really apply product. I just go in with the spoolie and transfer whatever is in like the middle portion of my brow to the front. That way it doesn't look boxy. I used to make that mistake a lot in high school, and yeah, it wasn't cute. Usually with the Mikasa Beauty Brush, I do use the spoolie, but I usually use that to kind of like brush my hairs back. But when I'm kind of brushing the product to the front, I go back in with the NYX spoolie, only because it's so small and I think it just really gets in the brows better. So now it's time to carve out the brows. Usually I do go underneath my brow with a lighter concealer, but I don't feel like doing that right now. But yeah, usually you go with a concealer that is mostly like at max 2 shades lighter. You don't have to, but in the event that you want to. But for concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in Tan. And one thing to keep in mind is that when you're going with the concealer, even if you're not wearing a shadow or you're not wearing foundation, you want to drag it down. As a mistake I used to do, but I never used to drag it down. And you know, if you have on foundation, then it kind of doesn't matter if you don't drag it down, because the foundation is covering it up. But I never used to drag it down, and there was like this very obvious line of like where the concealer was and where the rest of my natural lid was, and it was not cute. It was not cute. So we're gonna get to the top, but before I do that, I like to blend out the lid just because I don't want it to crease, and I'm going in with the Morphe R32 brush, and I'm just gonna blend it out. Granted, I didn't use a lot of product, so there's not much to blend out, but as I said, I don't want it to crease, so I'm definitely gonna blend it out, and also that way it doesn't look so harsh, and we don't want that. And I'm also gonna set this in place, so I'm just gonna go in with some loose powder, just a little bit, or you can go in with a pressed powder as well. I'm going with a loose powder, and this is an Airspun loose powder and translucent. I know that I said earlier for your bottom, the bottom of your brow, you can go with a concealer that's a shade or two lighter, but when it comes to the top of your brow, you do not want to use a concealer that's a shade lighter. You want to use your skin tone concealer, or even if you don't have that, you can just use your foundation. I just prefer to use concealer because it's a little thicker. But yeah, you just go on the top and essentially line it up the same way you did the bottom. And I usually just take it up so that it's not just sitting at the top of your brow looking, I don't know. Other thing I like to do is I like to just, using no more concealer, just using that same Morphe brush, and I like to kind of put it at the front of my brow. Just, I don't know, just helps it look more natural. Like I know earlier I said that I use the spoolie to drag product so that it looks more natural, but this really adds to like that natural look. So yeah guys, this is pretty much it. Really simple tutorial, really quick, really easy, and thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.